Hi, my name is Satine and I'm going to be starting my first makeup blog. I've already moisturized my skin and now I'm going to put SPF on. I like to use Kate Somerville SPF 50. Alright, and then the next thing I'm going to do is use a product from Tarte. Boop. And it is called the Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer. And this I just use in my T-zone. So this whole area is the T-zone. It's shaped like a T. I don't actually do too much on the forehead, but I do also do it on the area around my mouth where I had electrolysis. It left some uneven skin tone and texture, so I really want to smooth that out before I put a foundation on with a primer, and it's just a clear smoothing primer. Alright, so after that, I'm going to use my foundation, and I use different foundations all the time. It just depends on my mood. I've been using the Lancome Tint Visionaire a lot. I use my fingers for my foundation, sometimes I use a brush. It depends on how heavy I want it. If I want it just really soft and natural, I just use my fingers. And the reason I like this foundation is a medium to full coverage. It also smooths out texture, has SPF 30, is great for an even skin tone. So it does a lot of stuff. It's a serum, the Visionaire serum from Lancome is in this foundation. You don't really want to pull your skin at all, but sometimes it happens a little bit. I always go for a small second pump just for the neck area because, you know, it's a little discolored. I had, of course, electrolysis there too. And I just really like it nice around the lip area and the cheeks. Cheeks are where people usually get the reddest. Okay. So after that, I take my BB cream from Smashbox. This is the BB Eye Cream. And it's, I mean, for the price, it's amazing. You just twist it up. Mine's a little dirty. And you just paint it underneath the eye, in that inner eye area. And you don't need a lot. Just paint it in, like a big mess. And I do this area too because of this coloration, the chin, and the area under the nose and above the lip. So, and then this one I use my ring finger and I just tap it in. You can also use a brush that has like the bristles like this, and you can buff it in. And they're called dual fiber brushes. This is a very small fiber. It helps to keep the thickness of the product. Do my nose. I'll go over my eyes, under my brow. Just so the key is just to make everything look one tone. Like there's no discoloration in the skin. You want everything one single tone. If you feel like you need more on the cheeks, just use this on the cheeks. And just go in there really fast. I like my makeup to last all day, so I use products that are long lasting. Make sure you hydrate your skin before you use most long-lasting products because they can dry down really close to the skin and that will create even more texture. But that's the reason I like this foundation and this BB Cream Eye because it really doesn't show any texture. So after that, I powder my face. I know people are scared of powder, but I really like the Mineral MAC. They changed the case since this, but it's the MAC Mineral powder and it smooths out the texture also. I like most of my products to be smoothing. And this is a mineral base. And I do my neck too. Okay. So then, after that's finished, I take my contour kit. I'm just using like, this is just a cheapy, really great contour kit by City Color. And I've used a lot of it already, but it has only 3 colors, or two contours and 1 highlight. And I use a brush like this. This is just a regular blush brush. And I take the darkest one and I start here at where my hairs start, where my ear is actually. And I just buff it out and then down the cheek. And then I'll bring the residual up to the temple. Okay, I don't want it to look too strong. This is just a daytime, every time look. And you can always bump it up for night too. I use sides of my nose because I have a pretty big honker. And under the chin, very good to do a triangle under the chin at 1, 2, 3, and then color that in. It takes off like a ton of weight in your face if you're taking photos, but you just want it to look natural. And just blend it all around. Stay away from the center of the face, that's where you want your highlight to be, except for the sides of the nose. And around the hairline is great too, the temples. Just get it all in there. You just want to create the look of this. The darker part's going to pull your face back, the lighter part's going to bring your face forward, so it shapes it. And then, if you want, you can use a highlight. This is from MAC. It's also a mineral highlighter. It's older, so you won't be able to find this particular one, but they have one called Soft and Gentle, which is more of a silvery base. And this just goes right on the cheekbone. And then I do a little bit in the center of my forehead, down my nose, and my chin. Okay. And so then I'm going to go to the cheeks. And this is a MAC blush. It's called, you could use Gingerly or Melba, and it's like a peachy with a little bit of a frost to it. Use the same brush used with the contour, and just go in. And this color goes on the actual cheekbone in between the highlight and the contour. It goes right here on the cheekbone. And I bring it up towards the temple, so it looks like it's coming from the skin. See? Alright. Then I do my brows, and you can use anything for brows, pencils. I use a shadow and just a flat defining brush. And I just use the contour kit, and I use the darkest color. And you want a straight line under the brow to the apex of your brow. And I just follow my hair growth, and then I do a straight line down, and bring the apex up a little bit right here, and just kind of curve it. And that's too long, so you can take that off. So pretty much just like that, or anything that will give it color and a little bit of fill it in. Okay. So then I'm going to use one of my favorite products, which I'm sure everybody has heard about if they love makeup. It's Painterly from MAC. It's a paint pot. And I use just a big, thick concealer or cream shadow brush. And I go over my eye. Under my brow. And blend it down. And I want to get right up in there. You want super smooth. The lash line is really important. If you don't get that lash line, forget it. It kind of looks messy. And then I'm going to use my favorite palette. It's Smashbox. It's kind of like the Naked palette from Urban Decay, but it has a ton of colors inside and a mirror. And it comes with a brush as well. And the brush is double-ended, so it's perfect. And I just take, let's see how I'm going to do this. I just take usually these two colors together, and then I'll start on the outer corner and I'll sweep in from the outer corner and up into the crease a little bit. So this color and this color. And there's no, you just want the color to stay on the outer corner and then go softly into the crease. You're not going to see a lot of color, but it will pave the way for the darker color I use next, so it looks smooth without me having to bring it out onto the actual eyelid. Okay, can you see? Cute. Now, I'm going to take the thicker side of the brush, or sorry, the denser side, and I'm going to use the deeper brown right here, and I'm going to use it on the outer corner, right on top of where I went. So I'm just layering. So if you think of if you use Photoshop, it's just layers. You just got to keep going over the same area. But this time I'm not going in as far, and I'm not going into the crease as far. You can use the other end of the brush to smooth out the way that looks. Okay? Then I'm going to use the black. And this one even further on the outer corner. So see, and then you just smudge it with the other side of the brush. So it's smooth. And this one I kind of dab, and then I'll blend it out. Bam. Piece of cake. Just place it and softly blend it out. Don't try to smush it all over, just to really keep it in one place so it's soften the edges. Alright, cute. Sometimes I use my finger to just kind of bring out the shadow. Okay? And then, you can use a pencil, or you can use a pot. And I use a pot by Bobbi Brown for eyeliner. Papa B. Hey, Papa B. And the Bobbi Brown has a specific brush that's made to go with their gel eyeliner. I recommend it. It's called the Ultra Fine Eyeliner Brush. And if you're going to do Bobbi Brown's eyeliner, you should do the brush as well. And you can use this one on the inner eye too. A lot of them you can't. At least that's what I've been told. And it's worked for me. So get right in there. Same thing on the other side, inner eye. Don't pull your eye, just kind of, oops, look what I did. Just kind of hold it and then bring it down. That's fine, we'll fix that later. And so you also want to do the top underneath the lashes. So up here, and you can pull it up and get it right in there. This sticks to the inner eye really easily, the waterline. So you don't have to like do too much. You put it on and it stays. Make sure you get the inner eye in time. If you want to make it even heavier, do a little bit on the outer onto the eyelid. I just start from the outer corners and I work my way in without going too far. If you go too far, it's going to not look as, I guess, natural, if you can count this as natural, but this is natural to me. It works. So, put the lid back on. You always want to close your lids on these things because they'll dry out, and that's an expensive investment for it to just dry out. Primer, lashes. This is Lancome's. Really great. I always use primer because I don't have a lot of lashes, so you want to maximize them as much as you can. Unless you wear false lashes all the time, which I do on occasion, but I'll still do all these steps that I'm going to show you right now. So I prime the mascara, the lashes with the primer, and I go over it twice. And while it's still wet, I'll use my favorite mascara. This is Chanel. It's Le Volume. It gives you super thick lashes. And you start from the inside. And I like to get 360 degrees of a lash, so I really get in there, and I'll do the tops too. Usually I'll get mascara on my skin. Just wait for it to dry, and then you can just wipe it off with like a fan brush, like a mini fan brush or something that's dense, and it'll just buff right off your skin once it dries. You do it when it's wet, it smears all over, and that's a pain in the butt. So, and done, almost. I comb the outer lashes this way, inner this way, or center up and inner in to make it like a fan effect. And then what I'll do is, after that, I'll take a cheaper mascara, the Colossal from Maybelline. It's waterproof, this one. And it also has a thicker brush. So this one you can really get in there and separate the lashes. And it makes the mascara waterproof, but the underbase is a regular mascara, so it's not as difficult to remove if you do all three steps. If I use this by itself, it's more difficult to remove. The cleansers I usually use are cleansing oils. Right now I'm using, I think MAC's, and it's out, so don't judge me. But cleansing oil from MAC, I use Lancome, I've used La Mercier, I've used Dior. They all have really good ones. I want to try the Garnier one next because it's a better price point. And you just keep going until it'll fan them out eventually. I mean, they'll separate. See? Especially since I have, for the size of my face, I want my eyes to look bigger, and my eyes are small, and so you want the darker shadow. So, the last thing is the lips, and I really like long-wearing lipsticks, and so Chanel has a really good array, or MAC, or anything that's like a duo like this, but this one's really easy, so you just put the lipstick on. And I like this because you don't really need, I mean, you can still use a lip liner, but you can define your lips with this. And you have to let it dry a second, and then you put the gloss on. And that's about it. At this point, you could do like false lashes and stick them right on you. Maybe I'll do that in my next tutorial. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, thank you so much. Have a great day.